We spoke about two types of cables. One is fiber optic and the other one is UTP. We're going to speak about the weaknesses of these cables using these terms here. When data is transferred, how well it is transferred using the cables. Here's a table relating to that. Attenuation is when the signal strength is lost over distance. Right, so if you look at UTP, it's susceptible to attenuation. Therefore, the maximum cable length that can be used without having to boost the signal is 100 meters. Whereas fiber optic cable has low attenuation, that means it can carry or transmit information over a longer distance, basically in kilometers. So fiber optic is the best means of transferring data. Eavesdropping, here again UTP is sensitive to eavesdropping, but fiber is immune to eavesdropping. That means you cannot tap in because of the light. Fiber optic uses light signals, so you cannot tap in because you cannot break the flow of the light. If you do, then it will be detected. So no eavesdropping is possible with fiber optic. And EMI, electromagnetic interference, EMI, UTP is sensitive to EMI, and power surges through the twisting does help reduce the sensitivity. So UTP is sensitive to EMI and power surges. But we have the twisting of the cable to reduce, but your fiber optic is not affected by EMI. So in terms of these three categories, the fiber optic cable is a better cable to transmit data, and it is more expensive. Now, a local area network is a network within a smaller area, like a building, a room, or a campus, university campus. A wide area network is a network that can be found on a bigger scale, like the entire world is a wide area network. A city is also a wide area network. Types of networks: you get a wireless local area network, like we do have in our room. A wireless local area network uses an access point, so signals are sent not by cables but by radio waves. We also have an intranet and extranet. These are run by companies. The intranet and extranet are run by companies. Intranet is run within a company. The extranet is the company's network that can be accessed by people outside the company, like suppliers. We have a client server and a peer-to-peer network. In school, we have a peer-to-peer network. Peer-to-peer means that all those computers both use and provide network resources. That means the computers have the same status. In a client-server network, you either have a client or a server. You generally have one server where the computer provides network resources. They are very powerful computers with very large hard drives. And a client computer do not provide network resources like printers, but rely on the server for files and printing. A good example of a client-server network is those that are found in shops, where you have your clients, where all the processing is done in terms of sales, your till points, and your server, which is the main computer that stores all the information from which the clients or till points are obtaining information. We can have a client-server network at school where the main computer will provide all the data, software, access to printers, and the other computers access this through the server. A client server in a local area network is what I explained to you just now. The main printer is handled or controlled by the server, and other computers can access it. A client server is good for large networks and there's a high level of security. Your peer-to-peer networks, generally it's a small network, and you have these kind of networks at home where all the computers have the equal amount of resources and share equally. Differences between peer-to-peer and client-server network. And so again, in the peer-to-peer, all computers are peers, they're equal, but in a client-server, computer is either a client or a server. So you don't need a server in a peer-to-peer, but you need a server here. All the computers are high specification in a peer-to-peer, but in a client-server, the client can have a lower specification than the server. Remember, peer-to-peer can be used with a small number of computers, but a client server is for a large number of computers. And in terms of installation, a person with lower or reasonably low technical skills can install peer-to-peer, but you need someone with very high technical skills to install a client-server network. A peer-to-peer network has a slow performance, and a client server has a faster performance. Now, when you're accessing computers in a network, username and password is required to control access to a network. Now, you have different users, like an admin, the main person in charge of a network, and each person that uses the network should have a username and password. And this is for security, and confidentiality of data is important. So different users will have different security levels on accessing certain files on a network. Whenever you create folders in a network, you can create permissions where you can deny access to folders to allow people to, users to only read, copy. Then you can also have access for updating and modifying folders. They have access permissions. Rules for creating a password. It needs to at least be 8 characters long. Require upper and lower case letters, numbers and special characters. The idea is not to use your name or anything personal about yourself, like your pet's name. You can change your password every 2 months to avoid your password being, someone finding out about your password. It's safer to change it every 2 months. Passwords should not follow a pattern, so it should not be a word. And this is an example of a password. It's generally difficult to remember, but it's not easy to guess. How do you know you are connected to a network? If you go onto My Computer, on your computer, you find My Computer folder, or you look into your folders, you will see drives. Your normal drives are your C drive, your local drive, your D drive for your DVD, and you have removable drives like E and F. When you find other drives, G and so on, T, V, then these are the drives of other computers on your network, like your server. Also, to know if you're connected to a network, you will see on your right hand side of your screen. It's not on your right hand side of your screen, it shows that you are connected to a network. There's just our indicator showing network activity in the system tray, which is on the right hand side of your computer. These are some of the terms you have learned today. Please ensure you complete your application.